I'm delighted to be back again today with Lucas Van Oss, and we are doing part three of our series on Wolfgang Smith.
Looking forward to it. The main thing we're going to be discussing is his book Science and Myth, but I think we'll go on a lot of tangents, and we'll see where it heads us. The basic idea, you hear it in the title, Science and Myth, is that science has become our myth. And what do I mean by saying that? Is that basically we all have a frame through which we view the world. And I think this is the first time ever that we are trying to, as a society, think that we are objective in the world, like we are disconnected from the world and we can observe it. And we spoke a lot about this in the second episode, this idea of observer and observed. And Wolfgang brilliantly, I think, disproves this with examples from the quantum enigma, from quantum theory, where you show that the observer has such a clear influence on the outcomes of the experiment. And so science is not objective, and science, according to Wolfgang Smith, has become our myth, and is kind of like an anti-myth, because what it basically does is it banishes out all other myths. So it doesn't leave any room for the stories through which we view the world. It claims full authority. And he also calls it a false myth because, well, many reasons really. But for starters, science is supposed to be subject to change. And as Thomas Kuhn has pointed out, like brilliantly, I think it's a simple idea, but it's a brilliant idea, the one of paradigms, that we move through paradigms, and paradigms are replaced when you have enough anomalies within the scientific paradigm that don't fit the framework anymore. And this happens all the time. Like every paradigm that we've gone through has been replaced. We've absolutized science, we've made it our authority, and it's become more and more so the case. And what it's also done, I think, is we have mistaken scientists to be the sages of our age. So we've equated wisdom with knowledge, and that's very dangerous. So he says, the old idea that the scientist first gathers facts and then constructs theories to explain these facts proves to be oversimplified. Behind every science there stands before us a paradigm, a myth, one can say, which determines what is and what is not recognized as a fact. When Joseph Priestley in 1774 heated red oxide of mercury and collected a gas known today as oxygen, did he actually discover oxygen? So far as Priestley himself was concerned, he had found dephlogisticated air. To discover oxygen, something more is needed besides a vial of gas, a theory, namely, in terms of which that gas can be interpreted or identified. And a bit further on he says, just as in the words of Wittgenstein, thought never gets outside language, so too a science never gets outside its own paradigm. There are a lot of negative implications to that, and I think they're quickly unfolding nowadays.